At the moment, I'm starting writing a memoir of a very short period in my life, in 1953, just 6 months of it. But in doing so, I've gone back to other people's memoirs, of course, naturally. And my absolute all-time favourite, I think, is Hilary Mantel's Giving Up the Ghost. So here's a picture of it. See if we can get it. Yes, it's not a new book. It was first published in 2003, but it's a classic. It's an absolutely superb memoir, and for anyone interested in autobiography or memoir writing, I do highly recommend it. So I've gone back to read it, I think, for my third time. What's wonderful about it? Well, it tells of her very early years growing up in a small town in the north near Manchester, and it's the quality of her writing, of course. It's the remarkable way in which she brings the sense memories and sounds memories of a very, very young child, sort of preschool, and learning, just beginning to read, to experiment with stories, the influence of her grandfather and her many aunts who lived a few doors down, and her first experiences of school. And she's such a unique child, as we know from Hilary Mantel's writing that she must have been. She's got such an unique consciousness, and her writing has the skill to be able to bring that onto the page. But at the same time, she is able, it's haunting, some of it's very painful, there are dark secrets that evolve in her family, but she is able to layer it in an extraordinarily effective way. What I mean by layering is to bring the voice of the Hilary Mantel that she is familiar with, the person she is, and the person, if we read her novels, we're familiar with, onto the page right bang next to, sentence by sentence, with this growing girl. So she can keep us amused and bring all her wit and acerbic intelligence to what she's saying, and at the same time allow all sorts of feelings to emerge. And it's an insight into a quite remarkable child's growing up. So it's a wonder. I always think of it as a book in 2 parts, because the second part talks about her teenage years and her young adulthood and the illness that that dogged her, and that was for many, many years undiagnosed, and the struggle she had with the drugs, the steroids, the putting on weight, the changing of her figure, the constant pain. And the second half is perhaps less layered, certainly talking about her illness. Perhaps she isn't as witty, and totally understandably, but it's very interesting, very frank, and you see the woman that emerges, the woman we know, and how she triumphs, and it's truly worth reading for anyone who hasn't. Enjoy your week.